Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Blood from a Stone. Ooh, scary. I should have said welcome, boils and ghouls. Like, from Tales from the Crypt, if you guys remember that.
I love Tales from the Crypt.
I should do all sorts of, get ready for a spine-tingling tale of bone-chilling terror. Oh, my God. My favorite TV show's The Munsters. Ooh. Yes, welcome. We're here to play some horror D&D. It's going to be fun. Hello, everyone. Players.
Hi.
Everyone. Yeah, hi. How's everybody doing tonight?
Just waiting to die.
Just waiting with concern and terror. Sure. Fair enough. Probably a good, hello. Hello there in chat. I see you. He's here to see, that is, the Deadwood Jedi is in chat, wanting to see how things go in the wake of, Greg's untimely demise last week. So we had, so last week we had 3 player deaths. More concerningly, we notched 1 natural 13. And I will again ask the players, obviously we won't, if we miss those sometimes, I understand, but if you will please let me know whenever it is a 13 on the D20. That is a thing we're keeping track of here, and we had 1 last week, courtesy of Alice Sheedy. So, does anybody have anything to discuss or bemoan, or any affairs they'd like to get in order before we jump into the game here tonight? No?
Don't think so.
Fair enough. I'll say, also...
Do we need to highlight that I'm here? I know I'm on the other channel.
Pierce
I'm probably
is
gonna die
here.
tonight.
Yes, Pierce is here, filling in for kind of, as we said, it's a rotating cast, and there's so much death. We're gonna have some familiar faces and some other faces around here and there. But yes, Pierce will be playing tonight, and has now rolled up a full slate of 3 characters, who will be making an appearance here shortly. So this is going to be interesting, I think. I guess if you guys are ready, we can just get into it. If there's nothing else, no other questions, comments, concerns, things you'd like to discuss. Very well. We will begin with tonight's opening invocation, in that case. Ooh, I know there's a dance after death. And I don't ever want to be rescued. And I don't ever want to be saved. I got a feeling that I'm gonna be alive forever, dancing on the edge of a grave. So, we begin with Zeke. Zeke, we're in your bedroom that night, as you've finally, hopefully managed to fall asleep. What have you done with Hopper?
I have cleared out kind of a space in the corner of my room.
Okay.
Used an old, kind of dog pen that we had just to close Hopper off. I don't really know what rabbits eat. I'll figure that out tomorrow.
Hopper does not
I've at least
seem
put...
hungry.
Okay. Well, there's some water, just in case.
Hopper sort of, saw the water was there, sort of nodded and kind of, just hunched in that little corner. You then got into bed, drifted off to sleep. I'm going to ask you, Zeke, what is your passive perception?
Good thing to have hope. Why can't I read it? Shit. 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
You drift off to sleep and remain that way until you hear kind of a loud stroke of thunder. It stirs you. It's very loud. As you kind of open your eyes, it's still the dead of night, but now there is rain falling against the window. As you kind of glance up in the darkness, you see that the door to your room is open. And you hear this kind of scratching sound. And a hand wraps itself around the foot of your bed. A hand that's bloated and white and wet. And another hand. And you see, rising up over your bed, hair matted with seaweed and all sorts of, kind of just wet and glistening, Daniel's face. Kind of pulling itself up, but as soon as the bottom half is seen, it is those massive teeth that you saw in the creature he transformed into. The jaw is open. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get the fuck out of bed.
All right, you begin to move.
Run.
All right, as you begin to run, are you sort of disengaging? Are you trying to, not... Are you trying to...
Act with the creepish monster that's
Sure.
chilling at the foot of my bed? Yeah.
Okay, so as you disengage and begin running away from it, it cannot slash out at you as you saw it do to, to poor Trant earlier that evening. You begin run, you can go 30 feet. As you exit into the hallway leading into your room, water is pouring down the walls inside. There's a good 6 inches of water as your feet are sort of sinking into the carpet. You move 30 feet through the house, kind of having moved away from it.
Right.
It then rushes after you on its turn, and it's going to sort of attack you. It is actually going to use its action to shove you. And you are, what is your armor class actually? If it's 10, yeah, I was like, if it's 14, actually, it does not shove you. But it pushes you down and you splash into the water, which is cold and fetid. And it climbs on top of you, those teeth open, ready to take a bite. And then you feel an intense burst of heat. And this thing on top of you is burned away in ash. You yourself are overcome with this wave of heat. It seems to burn everything away around you. The water is evaporating into steam. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
It's not gonna go well. $13.
You have succeeded, so you take only half. You take 3 points of fire damage. And feel that below you is hard rock. And as you blink your eyes open, you see that you are laying on a stone, jagged, sort of field of stone. In every direction, you see flame and shadow and smoke burning up into the sky. The sky overhead is red, and though you can tell there's sort of no light aside from all this fire around you. And standing over you, at your feet, with a hand sort of extended, is this figure completely made of shadow, with these 2 tall horns rising directly out of its head. And this figure says, "You are going to die. The thing from the deep has seen your face. It will come for you. Unless you help me." Do you agree?
Do what?
Survive. You will help me survive this place and escape this prison. The other child who survived, seek her aid in this, and the aid of those who can assist. I will provide you the guidance and protection I can, but you must do the same.
Fine. Yeah, dude, whatever.
You will go to the home of the one who summoned me here to this prison. You will find whatever book the child with the mangled legs. You will find whatever book he used. You will find who provided him this book, and you will take me to them. Then I can help you. Otherwise, you are not long for this world.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Good.
Find the book.
Yes. Find the book. This figure with its kind of just massive horns overhead kind of leans in toward you, and shadow overcomes. There's a wave of heat, and then you awaken in your bed. You have taken no fire damage after all. That was a momentary feeling. Sitting on your nightstand, almost positioned where it was, is a bunny called Hopper. Its ears straight up. And then it kind of softens and the ears flop over.
Some weird fucking shit. That was a weird fucking dream.
Hopper jumps into your lap and looks up at you very intensely.
How did you get out of the cage?
It looks around. You have do you have like a bookshelf in your room anywhere?
Yeah. Sure.
A paw just very distinctly points at the books. And then the paw is put forward towards you.
Okay. What's the name of that kid in the fucking chair? Greg something? George something? Greg something. I'm insane. I'm talking to a rabbit. Okay. Alright.
It hops back onto the nightstand and just nestles down to watch you.
Fucking time is it?
It is probably about 4:30 in the morning.
Oh. Where does that Laura chick live?
I would say, based on your interactions last night, you probably do know where Alice's home is.
Alice is living.
Yes,
Sorry,
and you
Alice.
certainly you I mean, you know, it's a small town. You roughly know where people's homes are. You at least know the neighborhood, and
Okay.
you definitely recognize her motorbike.
Okay, so I know where Alice lives. I guess I'm gonna go fucking find Alice's house.
Wonderful.
Even though I feel absolutely crazy for doing this. The bunny is talking to me.
The bunny follows you as you leave your room,
Of course it does.
just hopping, just keeping up. So, if you have a car, based on your skulker feat, I would say that you don't have to roll checks to sneak out of your house without your parents hearing. So yes, you can get over to Alice's here. Still probably before 5 a.m.
5 a.m. I'm just gonna casually roll up and wake her up. Cool.
Sure.
Everyone's favorite thing.
Sunday morning after prom. Yeah, it's great.
Does she have a window I can throw rocks at?
She does. Ooh. She's probably always ready for rocks to be thrown at that window, actually. Thinking that might be something. Yeah. So, you can sneak around the back, pick up a couple rocks, and you can... she's up on the second story.
Start pelting them.
Alice, you awaken to rocks at your window. Fortunately for you, Zeke, the rain was merely a dream. It is not raining on you. You're not doing a full, holding a boombox in the rain situation here. Yes. So Alice, you awaken. Somebody is knocking at your window, and it's not even 5 a.m.
I rush to the window, like, pretty excited, but like trying to keep it cool, and like look out, hoping to see who my lover.
Okay. Instead, you see Zeke and a white bunny sticking out pretty sorely. God, that Hopper is not happy. That he is so not. He's only good at camouflage in the snow. Hopper's not really happy about that, but whatever. So yes, you see Zeke and Hopper in your backyard.
Zeke.
Yeah. Hey, Alice. Sorry, I know it's early.
It's fine, I guess. What's up?
We gotta go break into that kid's house and steal a book.
Why?
You're gonna think I'm fucking nuts.
Probably not.
A demon came to me in a dream and told me if I didn't steal the book and help it, both of us would die.
That's so cool.
They're so weird. So are you in?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. Alice, why don't you go ahead and make a stealth check to sneak out without your parents hearing you?
That'll be a 6.
All right. Let's see. I wonder what the vibe on Alice's parents are. We haven't even... I'm going to roll an alignment real quick is what I'm going to do. Alice, you begin creeping out. You make a very loud sound. Your parents' door opens, and your father kind of groggily steps out. What are you doing up?
There's some demons I have to deal with.
Okay. Just, I guess, be back before church. I don't... Goes in.
Bye,
Closes
Dad.
the door.
Okay, hey, so like, where are we going?
Greg, the kid in the chair.
Greg, right?
He has a book we need to find, apparently. This is insane.
Cool.
This is absolutely crazy. The bunny was talking to me earlier. There was a demon in my dream. I don't know. I must have fucking inhaled something.
In response to that, the rabbit seems to bristle. And it looks at you very specifically. And its ears kind of go up like this.
Right. All right. Which part did you object to?
Good talk.
It pointed at books.
I'm going to roll a dexterity check for this bunny who starts digging. A 17 on the die gets it to a 20. So in spite of everything, this rabbit digs kind of just very swiftly in the dirt. A circle with 2 little horns sticking out of it. And kind of like a little stick figure with 2 horns sticking out of the head. And a tail and a pitchfork.
So I guess the bunny saw the demon too.
It just starts walking.
Anyway, Alice, are we good to go get this book? Apparently, yeah, okay, cool. Look, I don't want to freak you out, but like,
It's cool.
you know that thing we saw? Like,
Yeah.
the not werewolf. So
Yeah.
that was in my dream, and it came after me, and the demon in my dream said that if we don't steal the book, that thing is gonna come kill both of us. I'm probably completely nuts, but I just wanted to be upfront with you about what the situation is.
Makes sense.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean demons, you know, like once you encounter a demon, it generally like stays with you and wants to kill you until you die. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go steal a book.
Wonderful. Are you going to just take your car?
I mean,
Will you ride Alice, or are you going to take your motorbike?
I'll just take my motorbike.
Okay, cool. So you begin driving in the general direction of that you think where Greg lives. Hopper leaps up onto the dash and begins gesturing at certain turns. Oh, I think she's
Onto-
frozen.
All
Oh
right,
wait,
I'm
you're
back.
back.
My
Yes.
dash or
For a moment, I
back.
thought that Zeke was just staring like,
I thought that was such disbelief.
"What are you doing, Hopper?"
wait, where did Hopper leap up onto? Sorry,
Hopper
my internet.
leaps up onto your dashboard, and as you come to certain intersections, begins jutting his head forward to the side.
Cool. All right, I guess.
And
We follow the
not
bunny.
long from then, you and a rather motorcycle behind you come to a house not terribly far from your neighborhood. It is a house with kind of like a nice blue paint, and installed in the front is it's a bit definitely DIY, but efforts have been made. Some flower boxes have been put onto it. Is a large ramp that was constructed. You can tell this is probably, it kind of snakes around so that from the sidewalk or the driveway, Greg can roll up and go into the house. The light is on at this house, as if parents might be, wondering why their kid hasn't come home yet.
oh shit.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Does the bunny know which room is his?
It nods. And kind of begins as if going to lead you around the back of the house.
Come on, Alice, let's go follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole.
Wonderful. So if you guys are going to be sneaking around the side of the house, please make me stealth checks.
That'd be a 3, Philip.
That would be a 17 for me.
All right. So, I suppose I need to roll for Hopper here. Yes, Hopper is a 16. So you and Hopper very back around. Alice immediately just like knocks over a planter box. And like before, like you and Hopper are already like halfway around the house. Alice is just right in the front, and Alice, before you can even react, like you hear like latches being undone and the front door opens. And a woman in a bathrobe comes out and says, Greg, sweetie, who are you? What are you doing here?
Um, I just like to play in the mud.
Are you still drunk from prom? I keep
Yeah.
telling my husband with
Yeah.
these children that they.
I am so drunk.
Well, all right. Well,
Uh-huh.
just go home. Wait, did you see my son Greg?
No.
Make a deception check. In the meantime, Zeke, if you and Hopper want to continue, you can.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Greg's room.
You two have you're going back around the back
Oh,
of the
we're going
house.
back around.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
7. All right, I will roll an insight check for this grieving, or actually not grieving yet, worried mother.
Concerned parent. Oh man.
Ooh, 17 on the die. So she, You've seen him. Where is he? I knew letting him go to that prom was a bad idea. But his
I
father
don't
said
know.
he's supposed to be like normal. Oh.
Where is? I mean, I saw him. I mean, we made out, but then I didn't see him after.
He must be. She goes in and is getting her husband. Now, Zeke, at this point, you have come back around with Hopper to a window. And in this room, you see a man standing, kind of looking at various, prizes and things on the wall, but he is currently being called out of that room just as you're sort of sneaking up. And he walks out, and you hear a woman around the other side of the house calling for her husband. Hopper hops up onto the windowsill and kind of just gestures, almost in a
All right. Yeah. Cool. I guess I'm going in the bedroom.
All right. Wonderful. So I guess make one more stealth check for me. Actually, this would be, do you have thieves' tools or any of that stuff?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and make a thieves' tools check for you. I don't think we actually put that onto the sheet, but it would be, it's your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Did it?
Or maybe I actually already, I did adjust your guys' sheets a bit, so that might be.
Yeah, I think it is there.
Perfect.
Which also, by the way, just to be upfront, earlier I was actually on the wrong sheet for my passive perception, but I gave you a lower score anyway, so it's not like I cheated in my favor.
Sure. Would you have made a 14?
I don't remember.
Yeah, forget it. All right, very good.
I got a nat 20
Ooh.
plus 3, so 23.
23. So you just pull out these some tools and you just kind of jimmy under, and without any trouble you click the latch inside and are able to lift the window. Hopper kind of looks up at you and gives you a not bad. Yes, as you walk into the room, Hopper jumps in and goes kind of over to a closet and begins kind of gesturing to kind of like some piles of clothing that are sort of piled in the back of the closet.
Dude, clothes. All right, fine. Guess that's where the book is.
Roll an investigation check for me. Actually, at advantage because the bunny is pointing things out.
Okay, yeah, the bunny is very helpful.
Well, he's motivated.
Oh shit, you're not gonna believe me. I found another nat 20.
At advantage, I do believe it. It's the odds. The odds are like 9% or something, which happens fairly frequently. Wonderful. So
it's a 24 for investigation.
perfect. So with no, and please get them out of the way here for this stuff, and then when you don't have them in combat, that's better for me to get hurt. So basically, you dig through, and in fact, you find a little hidden compartment in the back of the closet that Greg seems to have installed. Within are a few sort of notebooks outlining various like magic tricks and all sorts of stuff, as well as it's about this thick, a leather-bound tome. On the cover of it, it reads, Arcane Grammar, 5th edition, in gold foil stamped. And the bunny kind of nods to that.
Okay, I guess this is the book, and no one watches horror films around this town. Cool.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the book and get the hell out of there before the parents come back.
Okay. Are you taking all the books that are in there, or just this one? In the hidden part, that is.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab all the hidden books.
Grab some notebooks and some things. Okay, great. So you guys get out, and in fact, make another stealth check for me. I'll have the rabbit do one as well, but yeah.
This time it's only a 13.
13 is actually enough to have. I mean, these parents don't have. They're not all that perceptive. So you and Hopper are able to climb out, close the window, having found what you sought. Meanwhile, Alice is in the midst of just saying God knows what to these poor people. So the father says, "Okay, well, hold on now. If he kissed a young lady, maybe he just got a little. I mean, where did you leave him? When did you see him last?"
In the high school, there's a bubblegum situation, and I got in my hair, and then I ran away, and then I came looking for him, and I don't know where
Okay.
it was.
Okay.
When you.
Well, we'll go to the high school then. And she's like, "Well, I'm staying here in case he comes back. That's fine. I'm gonna go look for him at the high school." Okay. Do you need a ride somewhere? The father's saying to you now, Alice.
I'm fine.
I ordinarily I wouldn't allow this, but I really need to go see if he's. Maybe he fell somewhere there, and that school. He just gets in his car and drives off, and the mother kind of just stares at you a little bit and says, "Well, he can do better than you." And she walks into the house.
Yeah.
Zeke, you've probably were coming around the house and you heard that, and then.
Okay, Alice. Good job distracting the parents for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. So I found a bunch of these books. I don't know what we do from here.
Are they weird books?
Yeah,
Cool.
the whole thing's pretty fucking weird, but yeah, they're pretty weird books.
Is one weirder than the rest?
I mean, there's this one that looks like something out of a freaking horror film that you shouldn't read, and that probably some dumbass read aloud from. Yeah.
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
So,
We should.
yeah, please go ahead.
We should probably leave here before his parents come back out.
Okay.
There was another thing in my dream. We have to give the book to someone. I don't know who.
Okay. Like a demon or something?
The bunny looks at you furiously. These just little eyes.
What's his problem?
Just
no,
starts
dude.
pacing back and forth. However, I think both of you do feel that getting out of here is a good idea. So where would you like to go for now? There is a diner that's open 24 hours a day. There are other, or you could just go park somewhere. Where would you like to get to?
I could eat.
Diner's
I need
sounds
some
fine.
fucking coffee.
Understood. So if you guys want to go to the Midnight Diner, you can do so. You can drive and park your cars there. You can sit in a booth, kind of one off to the side, and maybe look these objects over, and spend a bit of time eating, having some coffee, thinking things over.
Has Hopper snuck into the diner with us? Is he,
Hopper has come to the diner, and is Hopper actually can hide as a bonus action, so Hopper's very good at hiding. And has a very high stealth modifier, so Hopper really can kind of just hide and is kind of sitting in your lap, just kind of gesticulating or occasionally a paw at things. So with the two of you spending a good bit of time, that's going to make the DC lower. Would you both make an investigation check?
10.
16.
With a 16, actually a 16, you notice two things. One, you do notice that stamped in the inside front cover of this book, kind of for where the ex libris would be, there is a stamp of the seller, and it's actually a store, the name of which you recognize. It's called Isles of Enchantment, like AI, like Isles, like store aisles. It is a magic shop here in town. It's actually very close to where you are on Main Street. It's just between Memory Lane's bowling alley and Quimby's Hardware and Ladies Apparel. So it's not too far from where you are. And it is Sunday, so they might open late. But you guys have been here a few hours now, so it's, it's probably 8 or 9 a.m. by this point. And you seem to recall that store maybe does keep odd hours here or there. So that seems to be where he got it. But with a 16, if you kind of have also been looking through the other books, I want you to make an insight check, Zeke.
Okay. 15.
Okay. This arcane grammar seems to be an actual spell book. It seems to be a means of teaching people how to cast spells. Greg has written all of these, notes about how to do his magic and how to form these spells. But it seems like in all of his notes, he genuinely thinks this is all just really advanced magic tricks. He seems to think these are all just very interesting. He's like, wow, this illusion's, gee whiz, this illusion's working better than ever. Greg the Great's gonna be on top. All I have to do is move my fingers like this, and whatever this cool thing I bought makes a big thing of sparks. I don't even have to. It doesn't even take any out of the little spark packet I have in my wrist. It's amazing. Whereas you begin to suspect he probably was inadvertently truly performing actual magical acts. So what is your plan?
Do I? All right. True. So, Alice, I guess we take the book back to the cellar.
Why the cellar?
Well, not like a cellar, like a wine cellar, like the dude who's Geek Central who sold it to him.
Right. That makes more sense.
Yeah. The demon in my dream. Fucking stupid.
The bunny is on the table now, stomping all over your pancakes. It's gonna try another dexterity check. Rolls a 3. It starts digging through your pancakes, and you cannot make heads or tails of what it's trying to communicate.
It's hungry. I don't know. What do bunnies eat, Alice?
What's wrong with this bunny?
I think it's hungry.
Does he like whipped cream?
Maybe.
I offer up my bowl of entirely whipped cream that I ordered.
The bunny jumps into Zeke's lap and just kind of curls up angrily.
That's weird. That always works.
Yeah, no. Maybe it's lactose intolerant. Anyway, we're supposed to take the book back to whoever gave it to Greg. So I'm guessing it's whoever sold it to him.
Do you know who sold it to him?
Well, the bookstore in the book, right?
Right. That would make sense. Is it open? Is it one of those late night creepy bookstores that the lady comes out and is it's always there and has a weird hairdo? We should go.
I think it's more like one of those places where nerds roll up to buy magic tricks and play card games, but yeah.
Also cool.
Might be open.
Well.
Okay. All right, let's head over.
As it happens, many magic shops, times other people like a Sunday morning might think should be a Sabbath and holy time, are in fact open. And in fact, at the Isles of Enchantment, the proprietor there is currently ready for a different kind of client who maybe comes kind of for like the Sunday afternoon rush or the Saturday crowd, the kids who kind of come in for fun things, a more discerning kind of client. Pierce, why don't you introduce us to your character?
Hello, young ladies, and welcome to the Isles. Do you want me to actually do it?
Yes, but they are not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, we're cutting a little. Yes, you're just. Please describe yourself as you go about your.
Yes. So my name is Harry Copperfield, and I am currently sort of making sure that things are sort of arranged just so, to make sure that sort of more of the more prominent shinies were toward the front of the shelves. I would have a suit jacket on, like sort of, it is very clean, but it probably has seen better days. It shows signs of wear. It is has maybe some tails behind it. Feels like something that someone would wear on a stage to present. And you can see sort of maybe like sticking out of the pocket is one of those sort of like very traditional magician wands that's black and has like the two white tips at the end. But yeah, he has very much in your mind what you would imagine when you think of the cartoon character of a stage magician. Though he's not wearing the hat and he doesn't have sort of like full-on cummerbund or anything, there is a level of formality to how he's dressed in his shop.
Excellent. And coming into the shop here this early morning is someone who, when things are sort of calm, Scoot has some certain interests he keeps pretty quiet, but he might be ready to be indulging him. So sorry for the long delay in Scoot's introduction into tonight's session, but a bell rings on the door, kind of over the opening bell, the ding 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 ding, and Scoot, you walk in. Would you please describe Scoot for us here on a Sunday morning when up to shady business?
Okay, well, Scoot has, he's got a button-down shirt that's buttoned up all the way. His hair is blonde and straight and parted right down the side. And he's got a little pep in his step. And he's real happy to see the world. Hey, Hal, how you doing?
Hello. Hello, young man. Welcome back.
Well,
welcome back. What wonders are you in search of today?
Well, I think I'm. I mean, I really enjoyed those books that you gave me. So I'm hoping that I can do the next level if that's all right.
Oh yes, the books. I believe. Where are we now in your closed hand prestidigitation?
Well, I've been practicing real hard in between my shifts, and I've been working a lot. I've mastered a little bit. I've got a little bit of the,
Please demonstrate. Show me a little sleight of hand.
Whew. Golly, you want me to do it right now?
Just a very simple. It'll help me gauge what you should purchase next.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I'm just gonna roll up my sleeves here. Okay.
Oh, that's great. Yes. Let me know that there's nothing up your sleeves. Excellent.
Okay. Shazam! And well, you tell me, Phil. What
are you doing? The one I think you're doing?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that you looked around and you know that for this little fun trick, you typically need to target sort of a creature. As it happens, there is a stuffed squirrel holding like a couple of cards up on on top of one of the displays. One of a few little fun things. You think that probably counts enough. So as you say, Shazam! This crackling beam of energy, sort of. What color is your?
Oh, it's like a deep, like it's almost black, but like it has like a black light sort
Sure,
of like
so kind of glowing
feeling.
White on the outside. This just this crackling beam of black just. And you won't have to roll to hit, but go ahead and roll a D10 for me.
That's a 10.
A 10. So the squirrel evaporates in a blast of arcane force, and the 3 cards it was holding drift down and, just for dramatic effect, land directly in Scoot's hand.
Was this your card?
I mean, they're all my cards. You're in my shop, but this most impressive. Yes. There's nothing left of the squirrel.
Squirrel is with 10 points of force damage. The squirrel has been
Fair.
utterly evaporated.
Very impressive, young man.
Shucks.
I feel that you have leaped beyond. I felt we would be in an intermediary position, but I feel that you are ready for more advanced tomes.
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, that's great. That's a really good day.
Please follow me. And I'll lead Scoot over to a bookshelf that has some of the more like leather-bound, older-looking books.
Some of the stuff behind the counter, maybe. Sure,
Yeah.
of course.
And sort of say, please browse anything that you're drawn to. Just let me know.
Okay. Thanks so much, Hal. I really appreciate all you've done for me.
And I would love for Harry Copperfield, having seen what he has seen, to make me an Arcana check.
Certainly.
Is that a good surprise to look?
That is, that is unheard of. 19.
19. I would say that with a 19, you are aware that the specific cantrip that this young man just summoned, and his actually, I'll just sort of look at Scoot's. Scoot is not a. Scoot's not like a. He's intelligent, but he's not like a super brainiac type, right?
No, he's got like a bit of a above average intelligence, but not like more.
But
it's just the quality of his persona.
Harry, you recognize his very charismatic nature, and recognizing the cantrip that he cast, you are confident that this young man must have made a starting deal with some entity. Which, hey, nothing wrong with that. You're here to facilitate. One thing you realize is he probably hasn't yet kind of started the spells where if you actually want to sell him something, definitely some tomes, but really it's going to be between him and his patron. So books are less helpful for you as just upselling him on those sweet arcane foci. You just got to get this kid thinking that he needs some, that his spellcasting is going to be way better if he drops a bunch on like a nice glass sphere, maybe because he'll need some kind of material component eventually, and so you'll want to find some good options for that. But as you sort of consider this, looking at Scoot, kind of going over the tomes, and Scoot, are there any kind of books you are gravitating towards more or less?
Oh, well, there's like a really sweet looking like gardening book that I really like, and also like this charred flesh colored tome that I also enjoy. So a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
So as he's kind of gravitating towards these, ding, 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 ding. You glance over at the door as 2 young ladies enter. And if you would like to go back to that line I interrupted earlier, we may resume there as 2 ladies. And what is your passive perception, Harry?
Let's double check. 11.
2 young ladies walk in. You see nothing else.
Excellent. So, watching Scoot sort of browse books, hearing the ding, I'll turn around and say, "Oh, hello, young ladies. Welcome to the Isles of Enchantment. What wonder seeking brings you in to my fair shop today?"
What wonders do you have?
No,
All kinds.
Alice. No, Jesus Christ. We're here about a book.
I have
Right.
many books.
We're returning a book.
You're returning a book. I don't think you've been in my shop before. I have a very good knowledge of
Nope.
who has been here before.
Definitely not. All I know is we have this book. We don't want it anymore. Here you go. Take it.
It's yours now.
So I'll pick up the tome and look at it. Where did you come across this book?
Our friend.
Left it behind somewhere.
Yeah.
See, could you tell me a little bit more about your friend?
He was a magician.
Yep.
Interesting. That would make sense as to why they had come to the shop. Perhaps something that might help me remember them.
And in fact, Harry, as you open the book, Greg has written his name in the front cover.
Greg.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Greg? Oh, yes! Yes, the very astute young man confined to a wheelchair.
That's him.
Yep,
Is that
that's him. We're returning the book for him.
Excellent. Any particular reason why? And as I'll sort of glance over my shoulder, Scoot, not that book. And I'm sort of like seeing you kind of reaching towards the more like flayed flesh book.
Oh, okay, sure thing, Hal.
Any particular reason why Greg himself didn't show here?
He
reason
doesn't have
why-
a use
We were
for
asked
the
to.
book
That's all.
anymore.
Shh. We were just asked to return the book for him. It's all good.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
No,
And
not really, dude. It's simple. We're returning a book. We're gonna go. Do you sell bunnies by any chance?
no, I sell no live animals here.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anyway.
Why
yeah,
do you?
No,
Why do you ask?
I just.
Very.
passing
I mean, I
interest.
guess there's the tradition of pulling the rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah. Passing interest. Just
Hop.
whatever.
Hop.
What would you say you'd use this book for?
Well, and as I'm flipping through, do I see these notes? that
The notes
Greg
were
has
not made in the book; those were in his notebooks.
in his notebook.
That being said, I'll say that you'll see 3 pages particularly dog-eared. The page on prestidigitation, the page on firebolt, and the page on find familiar. And there's a little rabbit who has just hopped out from kind of behind Zeke, who is now looking at you.
Oh, hey, little buddy. Is he May I? Is he friendly?
I mean,
Is
he kind
this-
of does whatever he wants, so it's up to him.
He's pretty
Are
friendly.
you going to the rabbit?
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna kneel down. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna let I'm gonna let the rabbit make his own choice.
The rabbit's eyes narrow. It leaps to you. It
Is this your? I believe the term is familiar, young lady.
No.
The rabbit jumps
We're
up
very-
kind of like onto a thing, onto the book, and points at the name Greg in the cover. It's now basically in your arms, Harry. It has leapt up there and it's kind of shuffled through the book and pointed to the name Greg.
Oh, so Greg had purchased you in pursuit of his tricks.
Yep. So we're gonna give you the book and the bunny if you want. We're just gonna bounce, okay? Bunny
I
book
like
bounce.
the bunny. He's weird.
The bunny hops onto the counter.
So, I'll sort of close the book and looking it over, looking at this rabbit, looking at this. They don't. No, it's not possible. Well, if you wish to leave these things here, certainly, I'm happy to. Would you? I mean, we don't really have a refund policy here. We did in the past, but as you can see, as you imagine, some people don't have the aptitude for the arcane arts.
Magic tricks, right? Sure.
So, you're welcome to leave these things here. Certainly. Can I make an insight check on them?
Sure. Why don't you just make an insight check on the? Are you being deceptive, Zeke and Alice?
I just want to get their general vibe.
Sure. Make an insight check. Just kind of see what you can tell. Are either of you kind of trying to be deceptive or stony?
I'm trying to get out of there and
Trying to get out of there,
what's
for
actually
sure.
going on.
Yeah.
You never answered my question.
17.
I mean, you probably have a sense that they're nervous. They've probably seen something strange. You don't know where Greg is. They're trying to return his book. You don't know what's going on, but you certainly suspect, okay, probably something, one of those kind of things has happened, and you're a little like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Scoot, I believe actually the counter that the familiar this rabbit is on is maybe what's in the glass case there, those crystals, those twisted hands, the wands. Those may be of particular interest to you. Did you see Greg perform anything you couldn't explain? You seem awfully jumpy, is maybe the word. Hop.
Pop, pop. Just up and down, 2 for you. Double tap. Pop, pop.
I mean, Greg did cool tricks.
It was a prom. There's a lot you see that you can't explain to prom, dude. I don't know.
You never answered my question about the book.
Ah, well, many books here are about simple sleight of hand. And just sort of like, as he's doing that, he sort of produces like a deck of cards out of his hands. Simple tricks, just illusions to entertain. But there are a few books here that speak of other pursuits. Some believe them to be religious in nature. Some find them merely academic. Some find them as, let's say, spiritual, like a guiding force to unlock something within yourself. These are books written by ancient, sometimes, notable peoples and powers that they believe they had found. This book itself, Arcane Grammar, 5th edition, the most up-to-date edition, it is more about that academic study of the powers that exist in the world and how to manipulate them. So that, certainly, something that sometimes it's as simple as a card trick and sort of fanning out the cards. And sometimes it's something more. And I'll cast and hold this sort of fireball in my hand. And then sort of like snuff it out.
Ooh. And you did feel heat radiating off of that fireball that kind of hovered there for a moment.
Your friend Greg was in search of more. Now, I never would have someone of Greg's level, someone who is merely beginning on their path, is not someone who would normally have acquired this book. And certainly not someone who could have made use of it. Perhaps someone helped him, perhaps someone influenced him if he did manage to uncover anything in here, but no novice, no mere person of curiosity could have unlocked what was in this tome.
Saying you didn't sell it to him?
No, I did sell it to him, but it wasn't the book he requested. There was a moment of, he paid, he gathered a book, he left. I discovered a book missing in my inventory. Simple mishap, simple mix-up. But I thought no harm. It is, as I said, something far beyond something at his beginner's level. Someone who's looking to just merely do some sparks and some sleight of hand, pull a rabbit out of a hat. These are beginners.
Are there evil spells in this book?
Depends on your definition. But there are harmful spells. There are spells.
Gaming, death, dismemberment, demons.
There's nothing in this book that would, well, there is a minor summoning spell, but nothing particularly powerful in here. You could summon this particular, and I'll sort of pull one of the dog ear pages. This spell in particular, this find familiar spell. This is something to summon a small creature to be a companion, a servant, perhaps. And there are things here that, and I'll sort of point to the firebolt, that are designed to damage. But there isn't anything in this book that is life-ending. There isn't a guide to summoning something otherworldly that could wreak havoc.
Ding, 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 ding.
I look over instantly to the door.
Someone is just kind of stepping immediately down one of the aisles. Make a perception check for me. The rest of you turning, and you just see that the door is closing.
Not the best. 13.
With a 13, kind of with the sort of morning sun.
13.
Not a natural. Understood. The 13 as you glance over there. No, you didn't really get a good look at them. They moved very quickly, kind of off to the side. But you do notice a couple of very seems like they just tracked in some really wet footprints.
Hello there. Welcome to the Isles of Enchantment. Is there anything I can help you find?
You're moving down an aisle.
I'm moving towards where I've seen them.
Okay. You go to that aisle and you don't see them at all.
What a remarkably strange day. I'll follow the wet footprints.
You walk there and you follow the wet footprints, and as you get there, those of you standing, however, at the counter, kind of having almost doubled back, walking down an aisle. Wet footprints behind, you see Daniel. Looking at Alice and Zeke. And Hopper, who's Daniel just kind of steps up, and you do hear squish, 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 squish as he gets closer.
Is everything okay?
Nope. Everything is not okay, dude. All right? Everything is not okay.
Everything is okay, but you need to help me find what I'm looking for.
Oh, what is it that you're looking for? Perhaps I can make a recommendation. Perhaps I can direct you to where it is in the shop.
Shop.
Yes, are you okay, my lad?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm not going
You seem very
to be healed.
Okay.
moist.
Interestingly, does not seem moist at all, just as leaving.
I mean, he's leaving wet footprints.
Correct,
so
but doesn't seem... is now wearing, other clothing than, he's not wearing just, the undergarments anymore. I'm looking for the crypt.
Oh! Ah, yes, the Samuel Peterson novel. And I, reach over and grab a book called The Crypt.
What?
Off of the shelves. Yes, it's more of sort of an introductory to the occult kind of tome. If you will.
It's a real page turner.
What kind of...
Yes, it's written more like a novel, actually, which is such a fantastic way into an academic piece.
What kind of shop is this?
It's a shop of wonder, my friend. What wonders do you seek? I am here to provide the magic.
Come with me.
Oh.
Help me find what I'm looking for. He's very nervous about you, but now he's looking at the two of them.
Yeah, I'm going to, like, at this point, be approaching him, like, walking right up to him.
He's stepping back a little bit.
Oh, no need to be afraid, my friend.
Copperfield Jr., you should be afraid.
I've simply opened the shop. I can't walk out. On Sundays, normally I have assistants who could run the counter, but on Sundays it is merely myself here. So I cannot leave the store, but I can help you on any sort of...
Do you know where the crypt is?
What? So you're not after this specific book? I sat down the counter. What crypt is it that you seek?
I don't understand. Sigils. It gestures to the book.
Oh, yes, perhaps this is not particular. Yes, well, there are many kinds of crypts. There are many crypts in the world.
The crypt. 3 cracked seashells and a starfish.
Does that mean anything to me?
Make an insight check.
Sure. That's almost amazing. 9.
You're very confused.
The three seashells. I don't
Correct.
know how.
I don't understand the sigils.
Wait, you don't understand the sigils of something that you saw?
Yes.
Stand by, and I'm gonna go behind the counter and pull out like this massively thick book.
Okay.
Right.
It walks up.
It's has like cuneiform. It has it has just all kinds of stuff. It's like, give me one moment, sir, and I will absolutely locate these runes, these sigils that you seek. For here at the Isles of Enchantment, anything mystical can be found.
I'm clocking Zeke to see like how she's reacting.
I'm just going to like grab there's like a little call it like a monkey's paw, like a dried monkey's paw holding like a red crystal in it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab that and toss it to Scoot. Oh, Scoot, well, look, maybe just hold this and see how it feels. Just.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry. You're just not my only customer. I'm sorry. I have many people here, as you can see. I'm just trying to focus on everyone. But I will find your 3 cracked seashells. Just give me a moment, sir.
Tell them.
Tell them what?
Tell them where the crypt is.
Well, as I told you, the crypt is over in our introductory novels.
I love what I keep doing for this creature under certain circumstances is I keep rolling just like effectively wisdom saves to see how it can just handle not hearing what it wants to hear. I didn't roll so good. And in response to this, the face of this person, you have this big book out, you're now holding this monkey's paw with a crystal. Hopper is like, and the face of this boy just transforms into this ghastly, horrific appearance. Truly terrifying. I need everyone to roll initiative. And again, natural 13s, let me know if any of those crop up.
What? The worst. Non-natural 13.
Understood. 13 for old Harry.
7.
So Harry is probably like 35, but he's probably like graying his hair. I should have also.
Understood.
Seems a little wiser.
Zeke, how we doing? 3?
Yep. Always fucking suck at initiative every time.
Okay. Alice. Well, Alice can get me an initiative roll in just one moment. Alice, an initiative roll, if you would.
But yeah, just a 9.
9. All right. So, Harry, you are the first to go with your 13. You see this just monstrous creature just glaring his face. So the first thing that happens, please hit me with a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 5.
Excellent. You are terrified. You are fully and completely afraid of this thing. You also get you have the feeling that if you look at this thing, you you could look away from it so that you aren't so you're not seeing it, so you're not more afraid, but you're very scared of it. Like you certainly cannot move towards this thing. You know, you're behind the counter, you cannot move towards it. You're not even sure if you attack it, whatever. Mm-hmm. You are terrified. What would you like to do with your turn?
Okay, so then I will back up. I'm just gonna sort of retreat behind the counter, and there was a bookshelf behind the counter, so I'll go around behind that.
Okay.
And I will produce my wand, and I'll sort of peek it around the corner, and I'll just fire off at it.
Understood. Now you do have to be.
I can attack it, right?
You if you attack, it's disadvantaged. But if you're going to use your wand, you actually can sort of do this just directly. However, you will need to look at it in order to target it.
And I'm unable to look at it.
No, you can look at it. Just that looking at it, you're like, ah. But yes, so if you want to target it, you can. You sort of peek around and look at it and shoot this off. Yeah. Okay. So
I'll do that.
How many charges we doing? Single charge?
One charge.
It should be known.
Actually, sorry. This, as terrified as I am, let's do 4 charges.
4 charges. Cool. So go ahead and roll nothing. There is nothing that prevents what's happening. So go ahead and roll that. And what you all see is that kind of backing up around this sort of corner, these kind of looking at this creature, you see Harry raise the wand, and these just darts of what would it be? I guess 7 darts like this.
Yeah.
Fire out. Yeah. And are you going to roll 7 times? You're going to roll once and multiply.
I just rolled 7 times, so
cool.
We'll do that.
What are we at?
So that's 20.
20.
I rolled 13 plus the 7. Right.
That is not nothing. This creature kind of like recoils from that, having been just hit by all of these arcane darts of magical force, and seems very frightened and upset by that.
And then also, just within that as well, I will then sort of look towards Scoot, and I'll say, whatever your friend has given you, you should use it. And that'll be my turn.
Wonderful. Excellent turn. Alice, you are next. Now, Alice, interesting, you have already seen this, and as you have saved against this horrific appearance it's producing, you are actually immune to this effect. Because it's only been, less than 12 hours since you left experience.
Perfect.
So, what would you like to do with your turn? You're I'm sure that you are frightened, but you are not terrified. It is not affecting you.
Okay. I want to slingshot him.
You pull your slingshot, you fire at this, it was definitely a he, but it was looking like Daniel. You're not really, the gender of this creature is currently indeterminate. Go ahead and take a shot.
It says my bonus is +2. Is that correct? I feel like I thought I added more.
you. Let me look at you. Yes, unfortunately, because your dexterity modifier is flat, that it is just your proficiency.
Amazing. Oh gosh. A 5.
You kind of break some not super expensive article out here. Anything else on your turn?
Perfect. That's it for me.
Okay. Hopper is going to jump back behind the counter and hide really well. Scoot, you are up, sir.
Well, I was gonna go I was gonna try to grab that bunny, but he's.
And I am so sorry. Actually, yes, it is at the top of the round. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yes, of course. 7.
Also frightened. Just fully terrified of what you're seeing. I mean, appropriately, but yes.
This is awful, to be fair, Scoot.
Is the bunny near? Did the bunny run away?
You can look. You can use your action to make a perception check.
No. I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run out the front. I'm gonna run out the door.
So, very, very unfortunately, because of the way the rules work, you can't actually run to the front door because that's towards this creature.
Oh, it's in the way. Oh, I'm getting far away from.
You can jump behind the counter if you want. You can just like run, try to find a back exit or something. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. No, this is
Wonderful.
Boy.
You run around one of the cases. You come to a locked door into like a back room. The door is locked. That kind of has used your movement as an action. You can. I assume you don't have locks to pick or anything.
No. Can I still see that horrible creature?
Oh yeah, it's there. I mean, you could try to like step out of its thing, but you definitely see it. It's definitely there.
Oh. Okay, Hal. Oh. Shazam!
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get as far away from it as possible, and then just behind me, just.
Cool. At disadvantage, go ahead and shoot off one of your Shazams.
That is a 21 to hit at disadvantage.
Love it. You do hit. Roll your d10.
5 points of force damage.
Oof. Again, a stagger, so has been hit by both of you, and sort of now you're kind of like back there, you know, you're behind things, but it's definitely kind of in line of sight. It's definitely sort of coming for you, and in fact, it is its turn. So it's been hit by both of you. I also did something slightly wrong, because this thing is real grim on how this is supposed to work.
But do I save at the end of my turn?
Oh, you do, but because you did not avert your eyes, and it's still within line of sight.
Fair.
Actually, you do it first. You say it's a disadvantage on your try. You do get to save at the end of your turn, but it's disadvantage. Oh, actually, yeah, you can at the end of each turn. Yeah.
9.
Okay, so you are still frightened, and Scoot, you can as well. So disadvantage, wisdom save, end of your turn.
And that's even though because I was frightened of it. Yeah, that's 7.
Okay, so you're both still frightened. So it looks at both of you, and with whatever strategy it has, it is going to it's going to focus on the one who harmed it worse. Would you make another wisdom save at disadvantage, please, Harry?
It's the low one first every time, and then I roll exceedingly well on the second one.
Sure.
7 versus a 20.
You drop to 0 hit points.
No.
Cool.
You've basically fallen almost dead of fright. So it does that and kind of sees the other one and kind of like raises a finger, just like pointing at you, Scoot, and then turns to the others, and in this kind of just crazy says, "Help me or die!" to the girls. All right. Speaking of whom, Zeke, it is your turn.
What is going on? I did what the demon said to do.
Somewhere the bunny is just so mad. Continue.
Man, this thing, we can't fucking fight it. So am I aware there's a back door?
Yes, you have seen that. you saw that that your friend or that your current partner in being attacked, Scoot, ran towards a back door back there. You did witness that occurring, correct?
Okay. And Harry is like down and out.
Harry dropped dead the way Greg did.
Yep. Nope.
But I'm still conscious.
You
Am I
are
still
conscious. Yes, you are
Okay.
conscious, but you're just babbling like
Yeah,
the
I just
horror
wanna
of
make
the
sure that
horror.
I still-
Yes, that is true.
So can I try to grab the book and run for the back, or can I not do both?
The book that you brought in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You grab the book, you jump. Yeah, it's like a free thing. You kind of just jump around to the back. You can make it to that door.
Any way for me to urge Alice to come and follow me, or like?
Oh yeah,
grab
you
her
can
or
you can
something?
say come on. So you get to the door. You would probably have about 5 feet of movement left, or really 35. You could go, but the door is locked.
Can I use my tools to try and open it?
You may. So you can pull out your thieves tools. So you've kind of got the book here, and you're pulling your thieves tools out, and you're like, and you're trying to pick the lock and Scoot. You're seeing this like, yes, yes,
Go,
yes.
No, yes.
Yep.
Great. Oh, you got this.
18.
Interesting question. I don't know that you necessarily have arcane lock, but let's just kind of. What is your spell save DC? Just out of curiosity. Harry.
My spell save DC?
Yeah.
Let me double check it. I think it's only 13. No, it's worse than that. It's 12.
Something about this lock seems very strange to you. It's not. I'm not going by full on arcane lock. We're just saying there's some, some
Yeah.
vague enhancement setting it to that.
Look,
So something
can't
about
get
this
my good
lock
instead.
is better than a typical one would be. You're like, this is weird, and yet you manage to get the little mover pick in, and the lock opens. So basically, you can open the door, but since you used your action to do that, you cannot run through. But if you want to open the door,
But I'm opening the door. I'm urging Alice to get the hell back
so
here.
you're
and
pulling that.
follow me.
You're gesturing for Alice to come. Harry, death save.
Certainly.
So as you're laying on the ground, just very frightened.
11.
11, a success.
If I'm still conscious, I have my wand in one hand, and I have that like monkey's paw crystal in the other. And if I can just sort of wide-eyed, just sort of looking directly at Scooch, just sort of with these things, not even they're just sort of in front of me, but I'm just like.
All right. So typically when you're at 0, you can't. All you're doing is sort of dying, so you're sort of gesturing and stuff, but you're holding stuff
Not
up.
even gesture. I'm just
If-
they're just in a death grip in front of me, and I'm just sort of staring directly at Scooch.
Sure. If perhaps Scoot will have some sense of what that means, but you're just looking over, and Scoot, you're still, he's there, and then the things on the other side of the counter just kind of had moved forward a few feet towards you all. That will end Harry's turn. Alice, it is your turn.
Okay. So I see. Is Zeke ushering me for?
Zeke is
Okay.
calling you, get over here.
Okay, and I have an action and movement, correct?
You do.
Okay, so what Alice wants to attempt is she wants to take her flammable art supplies and a lighter and try and
Pull out a lighter
spray paint
and a spray paint. You're just going to do a cloud of nonsense.
and do a cloud of fire on him and try and light him up and then run.
All right, Alice, please make I guess that would be an investigation check. As you're angle, proper spray, ignition, that's going to be the cloud. Let's do it.
Okay. Oh god.
Is it a natural 13, by the way? I always remind me of those. Haha.
No, but it's a 13.
A 13 total. Okay, so you
Yeah.
are in fact able to create a fiery cloud. And he's basically gonna duck out of the way. Dexterity save. However, does manage to just kind of with a sort of preternatural instinct, just leap out of the way of this little burst of a fiery cloud. Go ahead and roll a d6. Actually, roll a d4.
Dang it.
I think it would probably be. It would not really. It's a single,
3.
3. Okay, so seem to have been burned ever so slightly. Took just a
Great.
bit of that, but so that was your turn, and you're about 10. You're not. It's not within like. You're
Okay.
on the front of the counter, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's not quite in slashing distance of you, but it's very close.
Okay. Do I have enough like movement left where I'm able to run somewhat away in the direction of Zeke, or no?
If you want to run in the direction of Zeke, you won't be able to. You'll have to like make a little athletics or acrobatics check to like vault over the counter, because otherwise you'll have to run past it, and it can it'll get an op attack on you.
Okay. I'm looking at my acrobatics and athletics, and I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'll
what
try
you
it.
could
Why
do
not?
is you could down a different aisle, because you're not afraid of it. You could run like out of the building, out to the front of the street, but then you're not with Zeke. And then you just keep running.
Question: if I run out of the back, is Zeke at the front?
Zeke is at the back. So basically,
Oh,
it has
crap.
been
Okay.
coming in, and all of you are just moving backwards. You, because you're not afraid, could actually try to run sort of in its general direction. They're incapable of that because of fear, but you could go that way. But
Okay.
then you're not with the group, so if it comes after you, you're its only target versus, leaving
Great.
them to whatever.
I will risk it
Okay,
and do an acrobatics check to try and go with.
go for it.
Zeke.
Flip over that counter.
'Cause why not?
'Cause why not? That's what you're here for.
Oh God. It's an 8.
8. So you try to get over the top of the counter to try to do a flip, and you break part of the glass. And you tumble, all movement expended. You are now laying prone just on the other side of the counter.
No.
And you will take from your falling and getting slashed 1 point of damage.
Great.
All right, that is Alice's turn. You have landed, Hopper is just, they are near you. And Hopper, just kind of gives you a look of, damn girl. And then Hopper just runs off and hides, and does so pretty well. Okay, next up is Scoot. So Scoot, the door has been thrown open for you.
What's behind the door?
You see the door, there is, a back room. Of lots of special shelves and things.
Is there do I see an exit?
You've never been in here. Go ahead and you can use your action to make a perception check to look around and see what you can find.
Does the monkey?
Also, right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're good. Does the what?
Does the monkey paw or wand mean anything to me?
That can be a free kind of just. Why don't you make an Arcana check?
Okay.
You've been studying this stuff to some extent.
I'm
so
proficient, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 19.
Yes,
Great.
my tutelage has been great.
This is an arcane focus, or it could be. Now, do any of the spells you use require arcane foci at this point? No, it's something you'll need down the line. At present, you simply need the verbal and somatic, the magic word, the magic gesture, but eventually you need a focus. So that's probably what he was talking about, what you'll need eventually. Yes.
How this beast, this horrible aberration, how is it? Is it looking hurt at all? Is it?
I will tell you that.
This is gonna make us all die.
Hilariously, the one little point of fire damage is what got it to start looking kind of just on the edge of being bloodied. That point literally got it to half. Is the meta out of game thing.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and run and make that perception check.
Okay, so you and you just run in and you look in the room, make a perception check.
I'm just looking. So like going. Okay. Yeah, I just want to see. Is there a way out?
Exactly. You're running through this back room, glancing around, trying to find a means of escape.
That's a 9.
There is a window. There's like a high window, super kind of thin windows up at the top of the room. You don't see any back doors.
This is a fire hazard.
It is.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna make my way as much as I can towards that window.
So
I
you
guess.
just kind of, and you kind of just go up to that window, and on your next turn, we'll see how things go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It is Daniel's turn. So Daniel is going to jump over kind of the counter with what is a inhuman sort of leap. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, do I?
Oh,
do I
you
make
do.
a save?
You do, and I'll say, you know what? You can't quite see it through the door. It is out of your sight. So go ahead and make this not at disadvantage. Just a flat wisdom save.
14.
14 does save. You're still terrified, but you are no longer like frightened.
Okay.
This creature's gonna leap over, and of course, having seen the one who's done this, sort of looks at you, Alice, and kind of leaps over and lands atop Harry, who's like gesturing over. The very high roll, it kind of just takes the wand out of Harry's hand. Like, well, this is something. And it looks at you and says, "Stop resisting me." And then, like, jaw unhinges again, almost like piranha-like, this sea creature, and just sinks in at advantage on this prone figure on the ground. Okay. What is your hit point maximum?
Great question to be asked. 10.
You are, it is, okay. So if it deals enough damage to take you to negative your hit point maximum, you're at 0. Basically, if it does more than 10 damage, you're dead.
Okay.
Is that correct? I know it's 2 death fails, but also when you're killed outright when you go to negative, you're...
So, however you want to rule, but if we're going off 5th edition rules, once I'm at death, that is the initial thing. Like, once you attack me, it's an automatic hit. It's automatically 2 death fails.
Right, I see what you're saying.
But it doesn't, like, my hit points don't matter once I'm in death saves.
Interesting.
But we are in a demi-plane of dread of your creating. So,
how does
there
your
can be
other
all
feature,
kinds-
does that other feature of yours do... No, oh, that doesn't. That's only when you take...
wait. Yes, no, I didn't receive any damage to do it. I just dropped.
Is it only when you hit damage?
It says when damage reduces you to 0 hit points.
Yeah, I don't think it would work then. For how many points of damage, you're dead. I'm sorry, Harry.
That's fine.
I don't see any way of I rolled maximum damage on this attack, and
well.
it's Harry's.
You guys should loot my shop.
You just and just looks at you and is like strips of flesh and blood and like bone are kind of coming out of the mouth, and it looks at you, Alice, with like a couple of chews and then a swallow, and is like, "You will comply." Great. Zeke, you're at the door. You saw that. The other one ran in here. Alice is on the ground prone. And this thing does then basically come to you, Alice, and like use the rest of its movement to just like leaning over you on the ground. Like you know, and a little bit of blood and a little bit of skin just drips out of its teeth right onto your face. Zeke.
There's no exit through the back. It's just another room full of shit.
You can also go in and look if you want to. You can make your own perception check. Scoot seemed really scared, so maybe he was not, doing the best of. Or you can use your action on something else. Oh, Pierce. Oh, Harry, that is true. That was in there. Oh, it's gonna loot your body and be like, sweet.
Yeah, I know.
It's over Alice right now.
It is
You should
currently
all
over Alice, yes.
You should all really loot my shop.
Is there anything I can throw at to try and like distract it?
Oh, yeah. You could pick up a thing and chuck it. Why not? Go for it.
I'm gonna just try chucking something at this thing to get momentarily.
You can roll either, you can roll strength or, dex. Just no proficiency, but a strength or dex attack. You can just throw something at it. Will this be strength or dex you're using on this? Just so
Dex.
I know. Dex. Okay, so you pick up like just something that looks kind of sharp and just kind of zing it at this thing. 12. Unfortunately, breaks apart on its shoulder. So that's your action. So your movement. You can either go into the room. You also have an interactive lever, so you could go into the room and close the door if you wanted, or you can just run in and or whatever.
What's the rest of the layout of the shop like right now?
The shop is kind of very like long, and it has multiple aisles, hence it being called Aisles of Enchantment.
Did it react at all to me hitting its shoulder?
It kind of glanced over and glared.
Can I like run into the aisle? I just want it to fucking chase me and get off of her for a second. Can I like run into the aisles?
Oh, sure. So you'll run back past it. Absolutely, yes. And it won't. You can be more than 5, so it doesn't get an op attack. It kind of runs past you. You run past it, and now you're out in the aisles. You could get all the way to the, not quite to the front door, like 10 feet short of the front door if you wanted.
Yeah.
So you're doing that, and it's kind of just.
Fucking weave around.
Yeah.
And try it.
Alice. Yes, because Harry.
I'm gonna continue to try to get up and run towards Zeke.
Okay, so if you get up from it, it will take you 15 feet of your movement to stand. So you'll have 15 movement left. Now, if you want to run, you can run around it, but it's going to get to op attack you as you leave its reach.
Crap.
Or you can disengage from it and then run 15 feet.
Okay, I'll disengage
You
and
disengage, run 15 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Hopper. Good job hiding, Hopper. You're hidden. Scoot. You're back in that room, but you are no longer afraid. Hey, I'm not afraid anymore. Home Alone? No. Okay. Listen, I'm not afraid anymore.
I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna like think about it. I'm gonna walk out to just the doorway. Do I see it?
Mm-hmm. You see it. You see Alice has dodged it, and it's kind of like in a crouch, and Alice has just barely made it around the counter. The women both seem to have been like running for the door, at the front door.
I say, okay. We'll lead you to the crypt. I know where it is. You gotta stop this.
Make a deception check.
I try to persuade it. No.
I think this would be deception. I'll tell you what. Do you know where the crypt is?
Do I know? That's a good question. Do I know where the crypt is?
You heard a few things. This will require some very high rolls on multiple things, but I'm going to let you do them all. First, an insight check to see if you could interpret what it was saying.
Okay. That's insight. That's 14.
Okay, you're like, okay, so you're like, okay, it was describing a starfish and 3 things. Okay. Make an Arcana check to try to figure out what those could have been representing.
5.
You just can't think of it, so unfortunately you didn't know what crypt it was talking about. So go ahead, it will be a deception check in that case.
Okay. That is a 17.
A 17. See, am I not reasonable? As like strips of flesh just hanging out. bloody wand in its flesh-coated hand, and it stands, and it will sort of like it will sort of, you're sort of standing there. It calls out to both of you running. Do not run. You will help me, or I will come for you. Cool. That is now Zeke's turn. So Zeke, you're about 10 feet from the door. You've now heard Scoot saying, I know where it is, I'll help you, etc., etc.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've got help. So we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Scoot's got it. Scoot's got it from here. We're gonna bounce. Come on, Alice. We're gonna go. You're in Scoot's hands. He knows. We don't know where the crypt is, but Scoot is.
Make a persuasion roll. Zeke gets to do the persuasion. That's what you were hoping to do, but now Zeke gets to try the persuasion.
Oh, 7.
No. You will all stay until it's done.
Till what's done?
Are you running anyway, Zeke?
Yeah, I'm running. I am.
Zeke runs out the door. Alice, you actually have the next turn.
Okay. What did he just say?
He basically is saying, don't run, stay here and help me, or I will come for you. But Scoot, this guy who was just in the shop, is seeming to say he'll help them.
So, like, what exactly do you need help with?
It needs to find this crypt. It has said that numerous. It's kind of, you know that it wants to find the crypt, but it can't give you more data than that.
Okay, can I try? Can I just look at him and be like, so, like, what's in this crypt?
Something I want.
Okay. Like what? Money, sex, drugs?
No. Hopefully, yes. Right. One question. What is drugs?
Oh, you like drugs.
Then hopefully drugs. Definitely sex. It will lead me to sex.
Cool.
Now. Are you running or are you staying?
I just look at him and I'm like, I mean, your intentions seem pure enough, so, I mean, I guess we could help you, yeah.
Good. All right. Last person I'll roll for it. Yes, with an excellent sort of stealth. Just as the door finishes closing, you guys heard that bring as Zeke ran out. Zeke, you do see Hopper kind of skipping after you. You don't see Alice. Hopper looks mad, but is chasing after you, Zeke. We're gonna leave initiative now, because apparently it seems like Alice, you're sticking around. So it turns to you, Scoot, and says, "So." And it kind of goes over to Harry's body and kind of like scoops up some flesh and blood from kind of the wound and kind of peels back a little and just so suddenly looks just like Harry Copperfield. So, where is this crypt? Please let me know where it is. And then starts digging through Harry's pockets. With a 17 on the die. So yes, it's waiting for you, but it pulls a bottle with kind of like a pinkish fluid out of Harry's pocket. Pulls a little pouch. And of course has that wand and is kind of holding the wand. So, yes. Where is the crypt?
Well, and I'm gonna start talking as I begin to sort of scoot forward out of this back room.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that your poor old Hal here was on the right track. The location looks like it's in this book.
Find it.
Okay.
If you want to just go through the book, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sure. I want to stay like out of arm's reach of this creature.
This
if it's possible.
Harry is not allowing that. Harry is very close to you, standing almost in an avuncular fashion. Please show me what's there. Etc.
It's a 9.
You look through, and the beads of sweat are forming. Alice, you see just a big old bead of sweat kind of coming down Scoot's face. You don't. You look through. You're just not. You understand that it's like, you can tell that it's saying seashells because that's the closest thing to some symbols it must recognize, but it cannot. You don't know what symbols you should be looking for. I'll let you make another Arcana check as well, though. Your investigation, you're not finding the book, but you can make another Arcana check.
10.
It's just too. It's too obscure. Three broken seashells and a starfish. You're just not sure what that would line up with.
Well, it seems like it's gonna be in a graveyard.
But not the one we went to. Sorry, talking like Harry. Whoops. Yes, but not the one we went to last night, girl.
Which one did you go to last night?
And Alice, I think you were very familiar with all of the graveyards. That was the Lover's Lich Yard.
The Lover's what?
The Lover's Lich Yard.
Right. Oh, it was Lover's Lich.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Lover's Lich?
Lover's Lich, yes. Not there, but another graveyard where a crypt might be found.
Is there one by the ocean? Is there like one by the water here?
It is not by the water, at least not usually. Looking at the wand. You said you knew where it was. Were you lying?
Yes, Scoot.
I'm gonna
Do you know where it is?
Scoot, my boy. The hand on Harry turns into this, mottled, bluish white with long claws.
I'm gonna grab Alice by the hand and just book it.
Understood. Once again, it's taking an op attack on you.
Can I disengage?
If you're it is like, if you move away, it's moving with you. Right. But if you want to run, I'll tell you what, make a deception check to kind of like fake it out that you're, that you're suddenly off.
That's Danny La Jolla. Hold on.
Wrong deception.
That's Trant. Hold on. I hear that Trant guy was a real hero. 19.
19. Okay, in that case, I'm going to say that it is, it's paying attention to you. It's worried. It's going to have a disadvantage on trying to slice you as you run away.
Okay. Cool.
So as you rush, you grab Alice by the hand. This will be right down to the wire. What is this thing's plus to hit? A 5. Ooh, haha. Does an 11 hit your armor?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
So you go. You're running.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. What is your AC, by the way?
9.
Oh, Scoot. His name's Scoot. You'd think he would be fast.
No, Scoot's just Scoot's just good at talking.
It's like a scooter. I get you. Okay, so Scoot, you have been slashed in the back by this horrifying thing, but you grab Alice and you run out the front door. And
as I'm running, I say, "Do you have a car? I don't drive."
Alice, you're being pulled.
Okay. Yeah.
Zeke.
Oh, that's what he's saying to me.
Yeah.
You can hop on in the back of my
All
motorcycle.
right, great. Go.
Okay.
So you guys are rushing out the door. Zeke, you've already been running a little bit. Where would you be running to? Just to your car?
Out of my car.
Okay, so you're running to your car as you're kind of like about to get in your car. You know, you're kind of catty corner where you parked over at the thing. You do see the door open and Scoot and Alice are running like holding hands. What do you?
Actually, as a reaction, sorry, DM. As a reaction, when he hits me, I'd like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, absolutely, great idea. That's a dex save, correct?
I'd have to look it up, but I believe so.
It is a dex save.
Might be.
It's dex. Yeah. Okay. That's absolutely a thing you can and should do. All right, use your. All right. And what is? You probably have a decent save DC, right?
I do. It's 14.
Finish what I started, Scoot.
Okay. It does succeed on the save, but roll your 2d10 fire damage. Let's roll super high.
Oof. 5.
5. All right, so it takes again. It keeps getting little bits of fire, but that is definitely enough to kind of like momentarily stop it. You run out. As you two exit, as you're saying, do you have a car? You see Zeke and a bunny hopping into Zeke's car up ahead.
Oh.
Let's go in that car. That selfish girl is running. Let's go get in her car.
I mean, we could follow the car. My motorcycle.
Okay,
really
whatever you want.
cool.
This is a lot, even for the things that I've seen. This is a bit much.
Understood.
Yeah.
So
Golly.
basically, I mean, you probably parked your bike close to that. So Zeke, are you waiting for them
Yeah.
to get in your car, or are you peeling out?
Well, I mean, I was going to be waiting for them.
Okay, so basically, you see them rush up. You see Alice starts getting on her bike. Do you get on the back of Alice's bike, Scoot, or do you get into the car with Zeke?
Get in the back of Alice's car.
Okay, so-
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get in the back of the bike.
Okay,
yeah.
so you see them climbing on the bike.
Good
So
choice.
Zeke, you start going, and Alice.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
All right.
I'm with her.
Alice,
Wow.
because you have a
I
passenger.
can't leave Luis behind. Luis is my motorcycle.
Luis,
Luis.
Luis.
Sure.
For LOIS.
Yeah, is it
Louise or Louise?
Luis or Lou?
Louise.
Oh, Louise. Louise. Okay, gotcha. All right, wonderful. So, as you jump on the back of that, because you have a passenger, go ahead and make you are proficient with it, so it would be your dex plus your proficiency.
Oh,
Make
no.
a motorcycle handling check.
Gosh. Wait,
Why
it's
did
my
I-
what is it? It's my
Why
dex.
did I get on the bike? Why did
got
I do
in my
that?
car.
I was
It's my
shocked
dex
you did.
plus my proficiency.
Dex plus
So it's
proficiency.
a plus.
I don't quite trust you yet.
You did run. It tracks.
Oh, okay.
God.
16.
If you'd rolled a nat one, I was gonna have this injured person fall off the back and just head crack.
That's
End
it's
of
my
another.
highest roll of the entire
However,
day.
with it was a 16.
Yeah, 14 plus 2.
Dang, 14. We haven't got any natural 13s tonight. So,
Yeah, no.
you get on the back and you're like, and you're like, you probably are thinking to yourself in that moment with like a claw mark on your side, like, why did I get onto this bike? But then smoothly takes off after Zeke's car.
Do I see that horrible creature?
You do in fact see Harry walking out of the door.
I'm gonna fire.
But
if I can.
As you glance back, you see Harry walking out of the door, and then you see like a crowd of people sort of walking, like out, in town, and a couple people like coming to the store. Like, oh, are you open? And he's like, yes, the shop is open, and you are customers.
Okay, well, that's it. That's it. No, I'm not gonna.
And Harry kind of holds the door open, and if you guys, so basically you guys all drive off to escape, and what you kind of will linger here for a moment as the camera kind of pulls back as Harry is standing there. A few kids are like coming in, like they want to buy some stuff. They're like, yeah, can we buy stuff? He's like, sure, this is a shop, you are customers. They enter, he walks in, closes, and understands enough how to kind of lock a door. And he'll be, well, yes, Harry will be doing some things in there, but at this point, as you all are fleeing, this is where we're going to end today's session.
That is not the legacy I wanted.
They're following me.
I will say what is so interesting to me is how absolutely lethal that death glare has been.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a DC.
I'm so mad, Philip.
It's a DC 11.
Yeah. Well, we have
Exactly.
staff that are like -3.
Yeah.
Well. Harry doesn't.
I was a level 1 sorcerer, guys. I just rolled that. I had an 18 Constitution.
What?
He has a wand of magic missiles now. I had magic items on me. There's magic items in my shop.
Also, now he could take the form of a child and we wouldn't know. So like now we have no idea.
He's gotten.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening there, but this thing has some more forms here, which is great for it.
Is it?
Well, for it's great. Well, guys, that was an interesting one. So no natural 13s. Oh, well, you know, sometimes the dice...
dirty 13s, but no natural.
Yeah, some dirty ones, but yes, wow. Well, that was
God.
that was exciting. However, I
didn't die.
I would like to say congratulations, Andrew. You survived.
I'm shocked. I didn't.
I keep pissing off Hopper.
I feel like I have fulfilled the role of the guest, which is to die.
Hi.
Oh,
Apparently first.
It's so tragic.
Quickly.
It's tragic that you're just to scoot like, no, here, take
There's
this
a
stuff. Take
fucking
this.
healing potion right here, right in that inner pocket.
Oh, that's great. Out of game, do you know why the bunny's so mad at you?
Well, I did everything I was supposed to do because I keep referring to like the bunny and not realizing that the bunny is the demon or whatever.
It's an even. We'll get there eventually. I was just curious if you were playing that or if you were aware of that. It's all good.
I mean, I'm both. It's both.
That the bunny is Hopper is. You are offending Hopper with a term you're using.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that you're calling him Bunny?
No, it's.
What do you call him?
I think it's the demon.
Yeah, no, he's a devil.
Hopper, that is offensive that you're referring to the apparition you saw as a demon, and to Hopper Hopper is like, if Hopper ever gets to do stuff, Hopper's gonna really have some choice words for you about that.
Oh no.
Probably.
Himself. I don't know what he is. What am I
Probably
supposed to call him?
the next time you sleep.
Oh no.
I'm anticipating that.
Well, okay, so
I don't know what to call him. He's a demon. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I doubt any of you are ever sleeping.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
not.
that
this is
was
horrible. This is the worst.
That was interesting. I'm really excited.
Thank
about
you for
this.
killing me, Philip. It was fun to be here this week.
I do feel that I don't want to say I'm glad you died, but I'm glad of everyone who could have died. You dying is the.
I mean, I'm not glad because it means that this thing now has a magic wand.
Yeah, I'm not happy about
If it
how well
figures
it
out how to
does.
use that,
not
that's going to be
great.
real good. Yeah. Also, you know, what's so valuable about magic items here in a demiplane of dread is that they reset at dawn. So that's 7 charges every day in that one.
I'm very upset about the fact that it's going to just kill children now in my stead.
Oh, Harry, the Isles of Enchantment will be painted red with the blood of new victims.
It's about the pursuit of knowledge. He's going to corrupt that.
I couldn't. I mean, I would love to have looted your shop, but that guy was. I mean,
I think you were certainly right.
I
to
don't
run
even
away.
know what's in the
and
back room.
why would you not have a
Yeah, I
back
know.
door in your shop? Like, didn't you pass fire
there.
code?
No, there was one. You didn't see it.
Okay, there was a door back.
There's a hidden door.
I made the unusual choice of caring about someone
You did.
instead of trying
Yeah,
to
you
run out
rolled a
of the
9
door.
on your
Thank you.
perception. You didn't find it.
No.
It was you used the whole action and it was very I mean it's for storytelling reasons it's great. That's where the camera peers over is you're like gotta find a door and the camera like pans and you see like a like a door that's like behind a shelf hidden or whatever. Camera also pans to various magic. The back room was full of actual magical like not hugely powerful, but there were a couple things back there.
Things that might have.
Yeah. So, but guys, excellent game. Very fun. Great work as always. We'll see you next week for a new lineup of people. Some of the people here won't be here next week, but are still alive. But we'll also have some fresh characters as well.
See, that's what I'm just gonna keep not playing so my character can live.
You survived this
I'm
time?
gonna skip as much as I can so I can survive. Exactly. But yes, we'll see you next week for that, and we'll see you on Monday for Top Flight. For Top Flight,
I will probably not die, but actually not guaranteed.
Meanwhile, on Top
We
Flight,
got very lucky last week.
Meanwhile, on Top Flight, they're increasing their power levels. They're becoming even stronger of superheroes.
We got super lucky not dying to fighting a god last week.
Yeah,
so you can only imagine what the hell we're gonna get up to this week.
Their plan killed a god. So they did a great job.
was very
So there's
against
different
this plan.
levels of power in these games. So, something for everyone. But very fun stuff. We will see you next week, everybody. Have a great... Oh, wait. I mean, have a spooky night. Woo! Yeah. Good night. Bye. Bye-bye.
Your bags are packed, you're at the door. A taxi's on its way. There's nothing left to say. I'll give you back the ring. Don't look at me like that. You had to know it ends like this. Couldn't you feel it in my kiss? Not happily ever after anything. But don't give up, not for 1 hour. The game's not over, you'll be fine. You'll find a way to up your power. What you're looking for is in another castle down the line. I feel like we've been running through somebody else's dreams. It isn't what it seems. I can't keep up this game. You're looking